feel like if I can get through like a few more days of this challenge or even a few weeks of this challenge, I could probably get on the Stairmaster. The Stairmaster is so tough for me, and it's because I don't have that endurance.
Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camera. You don't really know you.
Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Tatiana, and I am on a mission to lose 50 pounds. So I started this channel at 188 pounds. Now, 2 weeks ago, I let you guys know that I was down 16 pounds and that I was 172 pounds. Now, over the past 2 weeks, I've been hovering at 172 pounds. And this last weekend was the 4th of July weekend. I ate some barbecue. It was so good, and I am up 3 pounds. So in addition to that, I'm a little bloated, so I don't know if it was worth it. I'm like, it kind of gave me some tummy trouble, and it brought a little bit of that bloating back. So in retrospect, it wasn't really worth it, but at the time, it was so good. But I'm up 3 pounds. So I'm officially at 175 pounds right now. So when I was hovering at 172, I was already thinking, like, is it time to bring in some more challenges with my gym routine? I'm still doing, you know, low carbs, no processed sugar, keeping it very like protein and veggies with my diet, staying hydrated, but I feel like I need to pump it up in the gym. I need to do a little bit more. So I started to search for challenges that I can do, and one that came up over and over and over again was the 12-3-30 challenge, which was popularized by YouTuber Lauren Giraldo. And so she did that challenge and she lost a significant amount of weight. So many people have done this challenge. They do it for 2 weeks, they do it for 30 days, and ultimately the results seem great across the board. Every video I've seen has had really impactful results. So I'm gonna start that challenge today. Now, the rule is you're gonna be on the treadmill, you're gonna set the incline to 12, you're gonna set the speed to 3, and you're gonna be on the treadmill for half an hour, for 30 minutes. And also, you don't wanna hold on. Now, from what I hear in the beginning, it may be kind of difficult, so you may have to hold on. I'm also concerned about like taking breaks, but I have seen some of the videos of other people doing it and taking breaks and just being like, I had to stop for a few minutes and needing to build that endurance. So instead of doing my usual workouts for the week where I do 2 or 3 days in the gym, a day doing Pilates, and a day on a 2-mile walk, I'm gonna spend my workout week doing the 12-3-30 challenge. Okay, so I officially pulled up to the gym. I've got my water, I've got my headphones, and I've got my Spotify hype mix. Let's go.
But I need that time and I see you
So I'm about 10 minutes in. I'm taking a break. I don't want my settings to be lost on the treadmill. So I'm 10 minutes in, and I definitely felt the need to hold on. At first it was feeling like a breeze, and then I was like, oh girl, well, wait a minute. So I'm out of breath. I'm taking this 2 minutes. We're gonna see what happens during the next 20 minutes if I have to take another 10-minute break. But we getting it done. We getting it done. All right, y'all, so this is break number 2. All right, as you can see, I have worked up an amazing sweat. I got about, 9 more minutes to go. Not much longer before I'm done. I'm hoping I'll be able to build up my endurance for the next couple of days. But yeah, this is my second break. I also have been holding on. I had to hold on, child. All right, y'all, so I'm back in the car. I had to catch my breath really quick. An honest moment, It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't easy at all. I ended up taking 3 breaks. So I took a break after the first 10 minutes, after the second 10 minutes, and then I took a break at like when I had like 3 minutes left. I ended up holding on more than I wanted to. I started out really strong, not holding on, trying to keep my, hands on my hips or on the top of my head, because from what I've like read and heard, if you hold on, you leave gains on the table. You're not allowing your full weight on the machine. And I was trying to do that, but girl, I was tired. That incline, that uphill battle was getting you, girl. So I had to hold on. I was sweating profusely. I was like, girl, sweat just dripping down. I was like, okay, at least I know that it's working. You know what I mean? But ultimately, today, my first day, I took 3 breaks. My hope is that, I build endurance over this next couple of days. So I give myself 4 workout days per week for sure. I have 4 workout days and a 5th day if I have the time. As some of you have watched me before know, I have a family, I have kids, I have a husband, I'm really busy, I work full time. So I'm guaranteed 4 days a week. Every once in a while, I'll have a 5th day that I can add in there, but this is a 4-day week. So hopefully over the next 3 days, I'll be able to kind of build my endurance and I'll have a better time and not have to take so many breaks. But if I do have to take breaks, I'm trying not to beat myself up about it because, I usually do my incline on the treadmill at like a 3 or a 5. You know what I mean? So this is like, quadruple what I'm usually doing. So I have to give myself some grace there. Now, as far as what my watch is giving me, as far as the stats, it said that I walked 1.3 miles and I burned 267 calories. So ultimately it was a win. I had to hold on a little bit, but it was a win. This was my first day. It feels good to be on the other side of it. I was really nervous at first because I saw differing things happening with people talking about doing this challenge. Some people were just like, oh, it's not too bad. It's not bad. And then some people were like, hey, I had to take a couple of breaks. I had to hold on to the side, girl. And I definitely was a couple of breaks and hold on to the side person. But I got through it. And that's what matters. Something that I realized like in the cycling class, and there was something else I did too, is that that's something that I am building up. I'm building up that like ability to do cardio for extended periods of time, which is important to me. Like I really want to be able to do it. So I'm hoping that this challenge will give me that. And depending on how I feel on the other side of it, I may do the 30 days. I'm not sure yet because there are some other challenges I want to try. But today, the first day was a success. So I'm going to go home, eat dinner, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow for day 2. All right, y'all. So it's day 2 of the 12-3-30 challenge. I just pulled up to the gym and I thought about something. So I was talking to my friend Bonnie. Shout out to my best friend Bonnie Scotch. And, we were just kind of going over like our fitness routines and the holiday weekend. And something I forgot to mention when I first started talking about like, having some treat meals last weekend and eating barbecue was that last week was the end of my menstrual cycle, and also I only worked out twice last week. Now, my first month, like the cycle that I had from May to June was fine. Like I worked out through that and it was normal. Like I didn't have many cramps. It was very chill. This cycle was very different, which didn't allow me to go as hard as I did last month. So that kind of like tripped me up, and I didn't even think about that until we were talking about it and she mentioned it. And with me gaining the 3 pounds, it's something I'm not really concerned about. Like initially I was like, oh man, like am I going backwards? But then I realized all the things that I had going on last week, and shout out to her for reminding me of that. So I had that. And then today just in general has been kind of rough. I found out that my job went through a series of layoffs for the last 2 weeks. Thankfully, I still have my job and my job is safe at this point. But it was just rough hearing that. We went into like a massive meeting today and we kind of got the breakdown of everything that's going on and everything that happened. And with everything that's going on in the world, I don't know, like today was just a lot. It was a lot. And of course, you already know, like I was like, oh man, I got to do this challenge today. And I've tasked myself with like really trying my best to not hold on to the sides or not hold on to the machine so that I can get all the gains. But then at the same time, I'm like, I really just want to get it done. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I saw a video of somebody doing the challenge, and she said instead of taking breaks or holding on to the sides, she just went from like the 3-speed to like a 2.5 or a 2-speed. And then when she felt like she caught her breath, then she go back up to 3. So I might try that. I'm not sure yet. But today, you know, I don't know. I guess I kind of need to burn off some of the feelings and just emotions and the roller coaster of it all that I have felt today. A lot of the times, like, a good workout will help with that. At least I'm hoping it helps. I probably need to do some journaling tonight as well and just like release it, let it go. You know, I'm grateful that I still have my job. It's just, you know, realizing that things are that close to home for you and really sympathizing and empathizing with people who are going through job layoffs. Yeah. So again, it's day 2. I'm about to go in here and get started. Y'all pray for me because I don't want to hold on to them sides, but I might be holding on to them sides. I don't know. We're going to get through it though. All right, y'all, so I'm back from my workout. I'm feeling a lot better. Today was a better day. Now, I only took 2 breaks today. I took a break at the 15-minute mark. In addition to that, I tried the like 2.5, you know, instead of taking a break or holding on. At some point, I was like, okay, let me take it down to 2.5. And that was okay. That was okay. It was feeling like the Stairmaster. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll just take a break. So I took a break at the 15-minute mark, and then I ended up taking another break at the 20-minute mark. I thought I had caught my breath, but it turns out I had not caught my breath. And towards the end, I had to hold on real bad. I was like, look, it's okay. You're just gonna have to hold on. That is what it is, you know? But like right in a clutch, girl, right at the last 5 minutes when I was like, woo, trying to do that breath work, Brandy sitting up in my room came on, and I adore that song. That's one of my favorite songs. Like the minute that song comes on, in my mind, I'm waiting for that flip she did on the second verse at the very end, that, you know, I pray that you'll invest in my happiness. It gets me every time. I have to run it back every time because I love that song. Then right after that, it was as soon as I was like getting off the treadmill, I was gathering my stuff, and Don't Talk, Take a Sip, that John B song came on. That's my, I love that one too. So I said, okay, Spotify trying to hit me with the nostalgic dopamine right quick. But I'm in a much better mood. I feel much better. I don't feel nearly as much anxiety. I really needed that. Today was a better day. I can definitely feel like I'm building my endurance. It didn't feel nearly as tough as it did yesterday, but I did give myself grace and allow myself to take breaks. As far as the breakdown, so 1.3 miles again, and I burned 236 calories today. So it seems like it's less today, but maybe it's because yesterday I was coming off not working out for a few days. I'm not sure, but if my endurance is a little bit better today, maybe that makes sense. I'm not exactly sure, but I needed that. I feel lighter, I feel happier, I feel better. Even though it was tough and low-key the longest 30 minutes that I've had in a long time, it was 100% worth it. Okay, so it's 6:23, it's officially dinner time. I gotta head home, eat dinner so I can start my intermittent fasting because I intermittent fast from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Oftentimes, I don't even eat breakfast until 8 or 9, so I'm usually within the window. Even if I start my fast a little bit later, I should make it home in time for my fast, but if I don't eat breakfast until 8 or 9 anyway, so I'm in the clear. All right, so 6:55, I'm back home, and I'm having a burrito bowl, no rice. I'm just doing a salad with chimichurri steak, black beans, roasted corn, pico de gallo, and some guac. I'm skipping the sour cream and I'm skipping the cheese because I don't do well with dairy before bed. So this is what I'm having for for dinner, and I'm gonna be having the cilantro lime, just a little bit of it, not too much. All right, y'all, so it's day 3 of the 12-3-30 challenge. Just pulled up to the gym, and I have great news on the music front. So the new Clips album is out. Y'all already know I love to listen to things about moving weight in the gym and on the way to the gym and get myself pumped up. It's like its own little pre-workout. Like, get some good like weight moving music on, and I'm just ready to go. And I especially need that because I need to start weight training soon, and it's just, I don't know, it just gets me there. It gets me motivated. And I don't know, like, something I haven't talked about yet is, so the skin on my stomach, my skin got really stretched from the 3 pregnancies, and I'm starting to realize how much like skin I have. I thought that it was more fat than skin, but it's looking like it's more skin. And I'm hoping that like really leaning into weight training as I lose the weight will help my stomach to sort out like the skin, because I don't want my skin to get like really sad. I don't want to look like, I don't want the saggy skin. I know sometimes it's unavoidable. I don't want to have to go to the surgery route for it, but you know, we'll get there when we get there. But I've been thinking about that and like doing the weight training now to avoid some of like that, the skin issues, which is why I'm not super upset about gaining the 3 pounds, because I want everything to balance out and look natural. Like, I don't want to look like gaunt or like sucked in, or like, you know, my skin just kind of like flabby. I want to do it healthy and gradual. I know the first month I lost that 16 pounds because of the lifestyle changes. And then now that my body is like used to it, it's like, okay, now, you know, it's settling in and I have to find a way, you know, I have to find the balance. So I've been thinking a lot about that. So I need to start working on weight training. But anyway, y'all, I got the Clips album pulled up on Spotify. I'm finna head in the gym and we're gonna get started on day 3. Hopefully I do a little bit better today. We're gonna see about breaks. On day 1, I took 3 breaks. Day 2, I took 2 breaks. So we're gonna see what happens today. Yeah, so let's get in this gym. All right, y'all, so I'm back in the car. I am happy to announce that the Clips got me through that workout. I did not stop this time. I didn't stop this time. What I did do, though, was take it down to like a 2.5 speed, a 2.1 speed, and even a 2 speed when I got really tired, but I did not stop. And I feel like that will help me build the endurance instead of stopping. So for tomorrow, I may try that if I get really tired, but I did not stop this time. One thing I didn't do, though, was start my watch on time. I started it like 4 minutes or something already into the workout, but I did get the calories that I burned from the machine. Okay, so the treadmill says that I burned 243 calories, which is solid. It's a little bit more than yesterday, but I kept going. I didn't stop. I did hold on, though. I did. I held on way more than I wanted to, but my goal was to get through it. So I probably left some gains on the table by holding on, but I am proud of myself for not stopping. You know, it's one thing at a time. It's one thing at a time. But I am on my lunch break. The gym was packed. Also, I have towel service, and I don't know why I always forget that I have towel service. I will bring a towel. I'll walk right out of there and not take a towel, and I need to be utilizing that because we pay for that. But the gym was packed. I was like, is everybody here on their lunch break? Is this like normal? This is my first time going like in the middle of the day. So it was an interesting experience because I actually thought the gym was going to be empty. But I guess I forget. Some people work overnight or have later shifts. You know what I mean? So I'm also here on my lunch. So who am I to speak? But the workout was good. I didn't stop this time, which is progress for me. So yeah, I guess the next thing is to really add in kind of like not holding on. I'm going to work on that. I'm starting to think I might use this workout for the rest of the month and see where it goes. I'm feeling like I want to lean into it in addition to the weight training. I'm thinking about it. I got another day left though. So I'm going to head home. I'm going to get back to work. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow for day 4. All right, y'all. So it's day 4 of the 12-3-30 challenge for me. I just pulled up to the gym. I just parked. It's Saturday. It's 7:18 a.m. I'm here at the gym pretty early. I usually like to get here like at 6 a.m. and just get it knocked out, because the gym, it's like as every 20 minutes go by, it's like the freeway. It just gets more and more crowded. So I usually like to get here like at 6, but your girl was tired. You know what I mean? I was tired, so I got up a little bit later, but I'm here at 7. And this is my final day of this challenge. I feel like I definitely pushed my body a little bit further with this challenge. I definitely worked up a greater sweat this week. I don't know. Last week, like I said before, I only worked out twice last week. So I'm making up for it this week in every single way imaginable. But I'm about to head in. Let me get my playlist together, because, you know, the music goes a long way. Like, I have been able to distract myself with the music. Another thing, too, putting on, you know, YouTube, putting on Netflix, like watching something. Like, I've been able to distract myself with music so far. But if I feel like the music is not working, I will definitely throw on YouTube or a TV show or a movie or something. It's only 30 minutes, so maybe not a movie, but you know what I mean. I'll just throw on something to distract myself, because I noticed the last 2 days when I distracted myself with music, it was a little bit easier to get through the 30 minutes. But anyway, y'all, I'm headed into the gym. I got my water. I'm gonna remember towel service this time, because I forgot yesterday. But yeah, I'm headed into the gym.
Aye. What? Look, what they talking about? They talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They talking about nothing. What they talking about? They talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about nothing.
All right, y'all. So I just finished day 4 of the 12-3-30 challenge. Now, I feel amazing. I feel great. I feel like I've built up some endurance. I will be honest, though. I did hold on this time. I didn't stop. I did hold on for a good amount of the time, though. Which I need to work on. It makes me feel like I need to continue to do this challenge so that I can get to a point where I can complete the entire half hour without holding on. I didn't stop. I utilized the same thing I did yesterday, which was like taking the speed down. So I took the speed down to 2.5. I took the speed down to 2. And I just kept doing that instead of stopping. And that went a very long way. Another thing, I started with music. I had that Meg. I love that song. The Bigger in Texas song. Love that song. And then Cut It. OT and Dolph gets me every time. And then I was like, okay, I'm getting tired. I don't want to stop. I'm turning the, you know, I'm going up and down with the pace because I don't want to stop. So I'm going to distract myself. So I turned, you know, I put YouTube on. I went to catch up on Peyton, and that really helped because I'm listening to her and really excited for her about her fragrance line that she just rolled out. I'm a little late, so hopefully it's not sold out, because I know she said she doesn't think they're going to restock it. So when I get home or at some point today, I need to check, because I love Peyton and I want to support her. I love what she's doing. But yeah, I was catching up on Peyton, and that helped me, like, you know, distract myself. And I looked up and I was like, oh shoot, I'm done. You know what I mean? So that really helped, because the first 2 days especially, that 30 minutes felt like forever. But yesterday and today, it felt way shorter, especially once I put Peyton on. It flew by. Like, I looked up and I was like, oh shoot, I'm done. Like, I can get off of this thing, you know, and start my Saturday. So according to the Treadmill, I burned 258 calories, which is fantastic. And I've noticed that each day is about 1.3 miles, and I'm staying around the like 200 and something calories, which is perfect. So the goal was to push myself a little further this week, and I can honestly say in my body I can feel it, but of course we have to go home and get on the scale and see what's going on. Now, traditionally, I only weigh myself once a week. So I pick like Saturday, you know, I go Saturday to Saturday. But this week, for the sake of this challenge, I'm gonna weigh myself twice. So let's go home and get on that scale. All right, y'all, so I'm back at home and it's time for the moment of truth. Now, the workouts felt amazing. I was sweating more than I ever have. I felt like it was effective, but let me hop on this scale and see what's going on. All right, y'all, so I'm at 173 pounds. So I'm down 2 pounds and just 1 pound to go to get back to the weight that I was. So okay, so this challenge was a success. I am down 2 pounds and just 1 pound away from my original weight of 172. I think that this challenge is 100% worth it. I think it allows you to like build your endurance. And I feel like if I can get through like a few more days of this challenge or even a few weeks of this challenge, I could probably get on the Stairmaster. The Stairmaster is so tough for me, and it's because I don't have that endurance. So that's how I'm looking at it. Like, hey, if I can like build my endurance for this, I can start hopping on that Stairmaster and, you know, slimming this waist and getting it together. But I think this challenge was worth it. I'm happy I did it. Now I'm thinking it's something that I want to incorporate and do like before or after weight training. I'm not clear on that, actually. I need to look it up because I've seen some people say that you should do your cardio after weight training, and I've seen some people say before. I don't know what the correct answer is, but I'm going to figure it out. But anyway, this challenge was worth it. In addition to the 12-3-30 challenge, I also was in a calorie deficit of 1270, and I also cut refined sugar, cut carbs, and kept my diet pretty healthy throughout the week. I also drank water with my meals, so I really stayed on top of it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.